Good morning, everybody. Today is quite a miserable day. It's been raining here for 3 days. Everything is cold, wet, and pretty dreary. So I thought, well, this is a perfect day to go do some thrifting. It's the weekend, and I saw online a couple of sales that I want to go to today. There is a rummage sale at a school, and there's a garage sale, yard sale in my area that I'm going to go find, and then I may hit up a thrift store as well. So I will show you maybe some footage of where I'm going, and afterwards I'll do a haul. So this is me driving on my way to the garage sale / yard sale. I'd never been to this area before, and it was a little bit like off-roading. It took me to a bush road, and I was a little nervous because it had rained quite a bit recently and it was a little bit slippery, muddy, and wet. But we did manage to find our way. The home where we were going was the very last one on the road, and I was thankful because then at least I could find a place to turn around. And this is some footage of what it was like when I arrived there and what I found. So these items that I'm looking at here in this one garage were all made by the homeowner. She's a lovely older woman, and her family was going to be moving her to assisted care shortly. And so all of the things that were for sale at this yard sale were her things. And on these tables, these were items that she had made throughout the years, and they had them up for sale. I did not do a lot of recording by voice when I was in these different buildings. There were quite a few people around, and one of the daughters kept following me around, explaining the history of items, and wanted to chat quite a bit. So I'm going to apologize for doing a voiceover, but it is what it is. Here I am looking through some of the older woman's Christmas items. You can tell that she'd had them for quite a few years, and I was hoping there would be some cool vintage finds, but most of the items were not of great quality, although soon you will see where I found one of my favorite finds while I was out here shopping. I picked these up wondering if they were made of glass. They did not have a barcode on them, so I knew they were older, and it looked like they'd been sold at either Woolco or Woolworths, and those are stores that have been closed for many years. But upon closer examination, I think they were plastic. And here is where I found my find of the day. I have been looking for one of these for quite a few years now, and I see them, but they're usually very expensive. She had $40 firm marked on this, but at the end, when I show my haul, I will tell you how much I actually paid. And these were another favorite find. I don't see them very often in this area. These large poster Valentines. There were a few of them, and they were a pretty good deal. And I go through these in detail also when I show my haul. Next, I saw this pretty little tree. The leaves are made of glass. I see them occasionally, but they're usually quite damaged. I meant to go back and get this one later. It was only $2, but I got distracted and forgot to go back for it. I got distracted by the art glass, and you'll see me checking out a few pieces here. I think they were Canadian made or maybe local artist made. They were a little bit rough on the bottom. They were pretty, but they weren't something that I was truly interested in, so I didn't pick those up. This blue one had quite a few scratches on the side and on the bottom, and showed wear. And then this yellow one, when I picked it up and turned it over, it had a really rough pontil on the bottom. It wasn't polished at all. She was obviously a crafter, did a lot of crocheting. She had quite a few sewing notions here, buttons, zippers, rickrack, ribbons, you name it, she had it there. And for any other crafter that was interested in these items, the prices were quite good. They just wanted things gone, so they were bundling all kinds of items, and they were selling these items by the basket. She also had a lot of ephemera for sale in this one building. Everything from cookbooks, old magazines, books of jokes, old pictures from calendars and magazines. Lots of interesting items, but I didn't have the time to go through it all. But for somebody who was into collecting this kind of stuff, there were some really good deals to be made. This chalkware set also is in great shape. They only wanted $1.50 for this set. After this yard sale, I quickly went over to the school rummage sale, which was actually pretty small. I did not record there because of all the children that were there. And then I went on to my favorite thrift antique store, and I did pick up a few things there. And I will show you those in the haul. At the garage sale, I found something that just tickled me pink. I have been looking for one of these for many years now, and I found this at the garage sale. It was in excellent condition. It had all its parts. It had all the lights. It had the base. It had the bulb inside. It even had the star on top, and she had it plugged in, so I knew that it worked. She was asking $40 for this, and when I bundled it with some other items, I did get it for $25. Some of the other items I got, one of them was this cup, and I can tell it's vintage because of all the crazing on it. There was no maker's mark that I could see. It is, I believe, a winking Santa because one of his eyes is open and one's closed. Beautiful crazing and staining on the inside. So I'll be keeping this for my own Christmas decor. Then she also had some jewelry for sale. Nothing spectacular, but in the bag I saw these collar tips, and that's what I bought the whole bag for, was just to get these collar tips. She had these vintage string of faux pearls. She had quite a few tie tacks and cufflink sets. Only one of them had a maker's mark on it, and I haven't been able to make out what it was yet, but once I dig out my magnifying glass, maybe I'll be able to tell what it is. So this is a set with the red stones, and it said on the back Anson, and then the other set was marked patent pending, but no name on it. So she had all of those and these two bracelets, which again are nothing really special. She had everything marked, but she had it all in the bag together, and she gave me the whole bag for $5 instead of pricing everything individually. And then she also had these vintage Valentine's, well, they're not cards, I guess they're posters. Oh, so cute. So I got these for my decor. This one and the one underneath it are flocked on one side, and they are double-sided, but the second side is not flocked. Such cute graphics on them. These two flocked ones were in the bag for 50 cents. And this next set was 3 for $1. So we have this one here, and these are only one-sided. Then we have this one and this one. So those are really cute. Then also she had these two embroidered and crocheted runners. This first one is, I would say, pretty close to 3.5, maybe even 4 feet long. And it has all this beautiful embroidery on it. It does have a couple of minor stains. I think I can probably get those out, and if I can't, I'm not too worried about it. It had some cut work on it, and then it has crocheted detail all around the outside of it. And then she also had this one, which is slightly bigger. It's 4 feet, I think, for sure. Beautiful embroidery on it again, and crochet all around the edges. And you can tell it's, oh, and it's got one little tear right here, but I think I can fix that. And it's vintage linen. And she had these priced at $2 each. After that, I was waiting to go to a school rummage sale in the same area. And to kill time, I went to a thrift store. And these are the items I picked up in the thrift store. This is an antique butter mold. showing its age. I got that for $8. And this little coin purse, metal chain link coin purse, I picked it up for $8 as well. It does have some damage in both corners, but very nice item. Then she had 2 hat pins, which I grabbed, and she gave me both of those for $4. She had this vintage frame, and it's got the beveled glass on it. Now the picture in it is nothing special, just I guess to match the era of the frame. And she gave me that for $12. I grabbed this cabinet card. She had a few of these. This one was in better condition than the others, and it was larger, and that was $3. Then I got 2 tampers, I guess they are. This tall one and this shorter one. And I got both of those for $8. I also grabbed this little oil can. I think it was a sewing machine oil can, but who knows. And I got that for $4. I got another silver plated jug. It's got something, I guess that's oil in there. I had the oil can stuck in there to come home, and it's a good thing I did. I'll have to clean that out. I couldn't find a maker's mark on this. It did have what looked like a couple of marks, but I can't identify what those are. Maybe with my magnifying glass I'll be able to tell. But I just love the patina on that, so I grabbed that. Then I got this perfume bottle. Really nice, kind of retro in design with the glass stopper. And that also was $8. This beaded pearl item, I think it's a curtain tie back, but I'm not positive. She only had the one, and I don't know that it's truly very vintage, but I wanted that for my decor. That was $3. And then I grabbed these eggs. They're quite heavy. I thought they might be marble, but the design is too regular on it, so I think they're glass. And looking at the bottom, you could see it's almost a clear glass inside that. So I grabbed those 2 for my Easter decor, or maybe even to leave out all year round. Then from that same garage sale, I found these 2 items. This one is an inkwell and a magnifying glass. I'm not sure if these are truly vintage or if they're reproductions. At least the magnifying glass. I think the inkwell is definitely vintage. She had each one marked $15, but she gave me both of them for $15. I did go to a school rummage sale. There wasn't a lot there, and I couldn't film there because there was way too many children. But I did pick up some of these books for my decor. The little golden books, and they're not really old because they do have barcodes on them. But I grabbed this one for Easter, this one for Christmas, and this one also for Easter. As well as that, I grabbed this set of napkins. They're quite large. I think they're about 16 by 16 inches. There's 12 of them. They're in really good shape. I don't think they've ever been used. And I got all of those for $1. All their linens were $1. And then I have a grandson who's getting into manga comic books. And I saw these here. They were school type comics. So all their books were 50 cents each. So I grabbed him this whole set for him to read. And that's what I got on that day. And if I style any of these items, I will show you where I put them when I'm finished. So as promised, here are a few pictures that show where I have placed everything. Then from that same garage sale, I found these two items. This one is an inkwell and a magnifying glass. I'm not sure if these are truly vintage or if they're reproductions, at least the magnifying glass. I think the inkwell is definitely vintage. She had each one marked $15, but she gave me both of them for $15.